Your brain is in direct control over everything that you do. Because of this, the health of your brain determines the quality of life that you live. If your brain is sick, you will be unhappy, your relationships will suffer, and you will be a slave to your own emotions. But if your brain is healthy, you will be successful, your relationships will flourish, and you will be in complete control over your emotional state. Welcome to Mentor My Life. Today I want to talk to you guys about the book Change Your Brain, Change Your Life by Dr. Daniel Amen. Get the book yourself by clicking on the link in the description below. When I was just 12 years old, I visited my grandparents who had lived in Europe my entire life. My grandmother was the sweetest old lady. My grandfather, on the other hand, was suffering from dementia. He had no clue who I was, and I could barely have any conversation with them because he would always lose touch with reality and start screaming at something random. A few years had gone by after my first visit when I visited them again. This time, sadly, my dear grandmother was also suffering from dementia. I was confused and sad to see my grandparents this way. They could never be left alone. The fact that they had such a weak grasp on reality made it so that they always had to have somebody there to take care of them, or they could potentially hurt themselves. This put such an emotional toll on my family because nobody wanted to do it. Taking care of them was very difficult. It confused me to see them this way, and it was scary as well. My parents told me that my grandparents were like this because they were old. I'd wondered that if this meant that my parents would also end up this way. And if my parents ended up this way, then I probably would too. The good news is, according to Dr. Daniel Amen, this is not the case. By properly taking care of your brain throughout your life, you can prevent many different mental disorders. But if you fail to take care of your brain, you can and will suffer from disorders such as depression, anxiety, obsessiveness, have trouble focusing, anger issues, and memory problems. Let's first go over the many things that, according to Dr. Amen, damage your brain. If you do not avoid these things, they can affect your mental state in a way that may not even be noticeable to you at all, making it difficult for you to focus on your goals, hurting your relationships because of your inability to control your emotions, and send you into depressive and obsessive states of mind. Throughout your life, there would have been many instances where you hit your head, whether that's through accidents or playing sports such as football. Your brain is about the consistency of soft butter, and it is locked inside of a hard skull. If you take blows to the head, this will damage your brain. Drugs and alcohol also affect the blood flow to your brain. If the blood flow to your brain is restricted over a long period of time, this will affect the level of activity in your brain. Low levels of activity lead to depression and lack of focus, and high levels of activity lead to anxiety and obsessiveness. A poor diet has a major effect on your brain. Your brain is about 3% of your body weight, but it is about 20% of the calories that you consume. What you feed your body directly affects your brain. If you are eating simple sugars, processed foods, and high fatty foods, you will be harming your brain. Your thoughts affect your brain health as well. Repetitive negative thoughts hurt your brain. One negative thought attracts another negative thought, that attracts another negative thought, and so on. Before you know it, the only thing that goes on in your mind are negative thoughts. You are then unable to make friends and build loving relationships because your toxic negativity keeps everybody at bay. On a positive note though, there are many different things that you can do to make your brain healthier. Dr. Daniel Amen takes his patients through what he calls the 4 circles treatment plan, which consists of biology, psychology, social, and spiritual. All 4 parts of the 4 circles treatment plan are very important. You must focus on all 4 to correctly heal your brain. Biology consists of diet and supplementation. Dr. Daniel Amen recommends eating high-quality organic foods that are rich in vitamins and minerals. Supplements such as vitamin B, vitamin D, and high-quality fish oils help fuel the brain so that you can have mental clarity. But don't forget, avoiding bad foods is just as important as eating good foods. A fresh organic kale salad is worth nothing if you follow it up with a cake and a Coca-Cola. Psychology consists of different therapies and mental trainings. In the book, Dr. Daniel Amen talks about what he calls ant therapy. He compares negative thoughts to ants. Just like when an ant crawls into your house, you can be sure that another ant will soon follow. Your thoughts are the same way. Once one bad thought creeps into your mind, it will be followed by another one. You have to very quickly get rid of the first ant, otherwise an army of ants will soon arrive. As well, kill the first bad thought that comes into your brain, or else another army of bad thoughts will arrive as well. You become who you hang around. If you are surrounded by lazy individuals, people who party and drink, then chances are you will be lazy, party, and drink a lot too. Dr. Daniel Amen recommends to start policing the people that you allow around yourself. Surround yourself with happy, positive individuals, and you will too become happy and positive. Last but not least, spiritual. Dr. Daniel Amen says that if you do not feel as if you have a purpose to this life, your brain will suffer from it. You must feel some sort of higher calling, whether that's a connection with God, the universe, or just your life's purpose. He recommends prayer and meditation to get in touch with your spiritual side. If you feel a calling to be here, you will be happier and more driven. Find a purpose for your sake and your brain's sake. My grandparents suffering from dementia was unfortunate and it broke my heart. But with every dark cloud, there is always a silver lining. Seeing my grandparents in that way kickstarted my drive to take charge of my future. I do not want to end up suffering the same fate as they did, and because of Dr. Daniel Amen's 4 Circles treatment plan, I've been able to become a more happier individual. I have better focus, allowing me to work for long periods of time on my goals. And because of my newfound control over my emotions, my relationships with my loved ones are doing much better. If you do not take charge of your brain, it will take charge of you. Start now, you will not regret it. If you enjoyed that video, hit that subscribe button, punch that like button, and leave your feedback in the comment section below. See you guys in the next one.